Morning. Today is Thursday, December 5th, 2019, and you're watching the Daily Mix TV. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So, a lot of folks have been messaging me and asking if I'm okay, why haven't I been doing the Daily Mix TV? As you can hear, unfortunately, I've been very sick. So, it's nothing serious. I mean, it's walking pneumonia, but it started out as the flu over the Thanksgiving holiday and then quickly evolved into this. So, I have more energy today than I have in the last, call it 5 days. And there's been a lot of news going on that I've really wanted to talk about and give you guys tips against and things like that. But I just haven't had the energy, and I'm going to try and get through today, and we'll see what happens. I have been ordered to bed rest, but let's get on with the news. As we all know, Peloton has been under fire in the last week for their latest ad. Many are calling it sexist and wrong in the Me Too era, while there are brand loyalists who are marshaling behind the brand. Why don't you take a look at the spot for yourself?
Yes.
Now.
A Peloton? Give it up for our first time ride.
All right, first ride. I'm a little nervous, but excited. Let's do this. 5 days in a row. You surprised? I am.
6 a.m. Yay.
Rising with the sun.
That was totally worth it.
Let's go, Grace in Boston, 50 rides.
She just said my name. A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton.
All right, look, at the end of the day, it is an ad agency's responsibility to not only create the content, create the concept for marketing to push out, but also to make sure that they're keeping an eye on what's going on in trend and pop culture. So in this instance, unfortunately, while I don't believe the ad is sexist, I do believe, unfortunately, Peloton has become a victim of bad timing. And because of how many folks out there are calling this sexist, unfortunately, Peloton stock took a beating the other day at a loss of 10%. So the question really has to be asked, is this a sexist ad, or frankly, was it just a sweet ad about a husband giving a wife a gift? Maybe she asked for it. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. But if I had been in that instance, I've seen a lot of comments on social where they said, what is this, 1950 and you're getting your wife a vacuum? I mean, come on, guys. You got to ask the question, what if it had been a reverse role? What if the wife had given the husband the Peloton for Christmas? Would that have been okay? In this case, I think the agency actually meant well. I think that their intention was solid. I think the timing was a little off, unfortunately, because of what's going on and, frankly, how easily triggered so many have become. So kudos to Peloton for a good spot, just bad timing. And unfortunately, when the controversy rose, they didn't comment fast enough on the spot and their point of view. So in that instance, they failed. But overall, I do think it's a sweet ad. I think it's something that is emotional, and I think it's something that's genuine in terms of how she felt at the end of that spot after a year of changing her lifestyle to be more healthy and to do cycling and get herself back into shape. So sorry, guys. Cinnabon Social, I got to tell you guys, they are incredible. And I rarely do this, but I have to, only because I just enjoyed engaging with them so much. So they have a platform called Sweet Talk, and they ask a lot of questions and how you feel about certain things. So this past Tuesday was Giving Tuesday. And yes, I have to shamelessly plug Rock 'em Rawhide, our charity that helps increase the level of adoptions of dogs and cats in shelters and rescues. One of our roadies, that's our volunteer corps, had responded to Cinnabon's question, as you can see on your screen, about dogs and, you know how many are adopted and all of those things. But I actually jumped in and responded because one of the people who volunteers for Rock 'em Rawhide had posted that our co-founder, SM Hillman, me, loves Cinnabon, and it's true. I'm actually an addict. Anytime I see a Cinnabon, I got to stop. It's delicious. But my point in this is the engagement. Community engagement and having your voice, your social voice, is often very difficult. Cinnabon has done a fantastic job evolving their social media approach and their community management to be inclusive, to be a little fun, certainly sweet in the way that they talk. So congratulations to Cinnabon. Love you guys. Keep up the incredible work. All right, Yankee Candle Company has changed its focus from being a candle company to a home fragrance brand. They just debuted a new store concept at the Natick Mall in Natick, Massachusetts, that features an untraditional merchandising strategy and an upgraded personalization station that allows customers to curate their own scents, even home fragrances. That's the pivot. That's what they're looking to do. They want to get out of being known as just the candle store and become a fragrance lifestyle brand for your home, for your person, and so on. Now, the new store concept is intentionally smaller than traditional Yankee Candle stores. It's just 1,000 square feet, and the space offers basically a more intimate shopping experience. Now, the new concept puts fragrance first, and it does emphasize Yankee Candle's updated market positioning, getting out of that idea of being just a candle company. Now, a large customization table, this is one of the upgraded concepts, is actually at the heart of the store. So it serves as a central gathering place that has sample size testers. It allows customers to experiment and test their favorite fragrances and create their own scent portfolio. Now, they can also customize candle labels with a photo of their choice, along with a personal message, a popular Yankee Candle offering at most of its stores. This is very smart because it brings in that personalization notion. And when you start to evolve a brand from its core, that being a candle company for Yankee, you go into home fragrance and what they're trying to do, the more that you can add personal touches to that, a personalization experience, the better off you're going to be. Now, the new merchandising strategy is a departure from how they normally look at things in their stores. Instead of organizing products by traditional categories, they're actually displaying them by the mood that they convey. So entertaining, relaxation, and so on. The merchandising also focuses more on highlighting their full range of product outside of candles, which includes fragrance plugins, room sprays, diffusers, and more. So for Yankee Candle, and in the interest of full disclosure, I've worked with them before. It's a great company. I love their products. We have a number of them in our home. And at the end of the day, this kind of evolution is a very, very smart way for them to approach their business, especially now knowing that millennials are going to start, allegedly, buying homes very soon. So they want that notion of being a home fragrance company, a candle company, more of a lifestyle brand than just focused on candles. So smart move for Yankee Candle. Can't wait to see the results. Now, 'tis the season of holiday flavors. Yes, it is that time of year where we start to see a lot more flavor programming. Now, those looking to get a jump start on the happiest time of year can also do so thanks to a new launch out of Captain Morgan, the rum brand. The company unveiled its new Gingerbread Spiced beverage, which is a limited edition launch featuring a snow-frosted cap and textured label that mirrors that of a gingerbread cookie. Distilled with a taste of gingerbread for a seasonal spiced flavor, the beverage is also being channeled. Now get this, because I love experiential platforms like this. They're channeling into an ice cream sandwich via a partnership with the Big Gay Ice Cream in New York and Philadelphia. From November 21st until December 26th, if you're 21 or older, you can actually stop by and pick up the Captain Morgan Gingerbread Spiced Mary Morgan Trucker after 5 p.m., according to the company. Quote, "The holidays are the time of the year we all gather for a good time with friends and family. And Captain Morgan Gingerbread Spiced captures a really special flavor that adds a little seasonal fun to those get-togethers. Big Gay Ice Cream is such an iconic shop that stands for inclusive fun, and we're so happy to be partnering with them. Our Mary Morgan Ice Cream Truckers are a great way to cap off a fun day out with your crew." And that's Christina Choi, who is at Diageo. She's the Senior VP of Rum, Gin, and Tequila. Now, Captain Morgan's Gingerbread Spice can now be found on shelves nationwide, but only for a limited time. It's got an alcohol by volume of 30%, so that's fairly normal for this kind of application, and it's retailing for $14.99. You know, look, I've worked in the rum space a lot in my career, as well as tequila and gin. At the end of the day, the more kind of limited edition seasonal transaction you can do, you're going to increase your brand's revenue by your brand fans. So someone who's a big Captain Morgan fan who buys 1 or 2 bottles a year, you may get an additional purchase out of them during this holiday season because of the type of flavor that you've chosen or how you promote it, those kinds of things. So for Diageo, very smart move. Captain Morgan, in years past, I haven't been a big fan of their holiday programming. This one, I think, is going to be a home run. All right, a reborn and reimagined Toys R Us is back in the retail arena. And they're back just in time for the holiday shopping season. Again, guys, I'm really sorry about my voice, but there's nothing I can really do about it. True Kids, which had bought the intellectual property of Toys R Us after the chain had filed for bankruptcy last year, they've opened a new store at Westfield Garden State Plaza in Paramus, New Jersey, and a second location at the Galleria in Houston is going to open in 2 days on December 7th. Here's why this is important. This is a decided return to retail for an iconic brand like Toys R Us. I mean, Jeffrey the Giraffe is back, and he's back in a big way. The reborn Toys R Us has a smaller and more interactive format than its previous model. And we've talked about this before. You remember the days when you'd walk in and Toys R Us was like a big warehouse. It was 40,000 square feet was the average store. This one is only about 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. Now, as you enter, shoppers are greeted by a giant plush version of Jeffrey the Giraffe. And there are other features, including stepping into a treehouse, and that's Jeffrey's treehouse, a play area where there's a 3D virtual Jeffrey coming to life, and it mimics a visitor's movement via a magic mirror. Very cute, very fun for the kids. The store also includes an open event space, which is so interesting to me. They've got a rotation of scheduled events and programming that's happening, including brand demonstrations, product launches, author visits, as well as I believe they're going to have character meet and greet. So for them, that's a very smart move. It adds that level of experiential that was so needed in a toy store. Now, as previously announced, experiential retailer and tech provider Betta is partnering with True Kids. And what they're doing is they're basically leasing out space to various toy brands, so a store within a store concept. The store does feature about 40 brands, many of them featured in in-store shops, so store within a store, and they've got about 1,500 items. So it's a pretty robust offering for a small footprint like this. They've got interactive kiosks everywhere throughout the store, which allows you to basically browse and get a deeper understanding of the product assortment. Now, remember, ToysRUs.com is actually a newly launched website, and it's powered by Target. That was a partnership that they did. So as you can see on your screen, there are a handful of examples of the store within a store featured brand concepts that are happening. What I'm more excited about is the fact that True Kids has actually taken a 21st century look at the toy space and said, there's a better way to do this. So for them, congratulations. So proud of you guys. It's such a great brand. And I can't wait to see what you're going to do next in terms of that retail evolution. All right, last story for the day. Benebone is expanding its offerings for dog chews just in time for the holidays. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, Benebone has supported Rock 'em Rawhide in the past. We know the founders, Peter Tulin and Dave, they're great guys. So the company has unveiled a new toy. It's a chew toy called the Zagler. It contains real bacon flavor, and it's available in 4 sizes: tiny, small, medium, and large. Quote, dogs love a good game, and we understand the chase is more fun than the catch. We designed the Zagler as a chase and chew toy that is fused with a dog's favorite flavor, bacon. We know dogs love exploring the world with their mouths, so we granted pet parents with another interactive toy that keeps pups entertained as well as challenges them. And that's Benebone CEO Peter Tulin, who I had mentioned before. Now, the toy is also got a rolling base and handles on each side with patented ridges that can help keep a dog's teeth clean. That is incredibly important for chew toys. If you're interested in buying this, you can go at pet specialty stores around the country or also Amazon.com. Now, brands like Betta Bone are going up against, the big dog, like a Kong, a Nylabone, those kinds of brands. Peter Tulin is a very smart man, and I got to tell you, Benebone, our dogs love all three, Kong, Nylabone, and Benebone. And I don't know any dog that I've ever run into with Benebone or with Kong or Nyla that don't love these toys. Again, it depends on how you present it. It also depends on a handful of other things. Now, here's the last thing that I want to go over for the day. I want to show you an example of old school marketing tactics that I know works. Now, I was walking down 37th Street on my way to the doctor this morning between 8th and 9th Avenues in Manhattan, and I ran across Champion Coffee. They always put out such an interesting sandwich board, and it's filled with news bits and things that will make you stop and smile. I saw at least 5 people while I was standing there for a good few minutes stop, read this sandwich board, and then go into the coffee shop. So whenever you've got a chance to differentiate yourself in more of a pedestrian way, because at the end of the day, that's what this is. It's not digital. It's not advertising in a traditional sense. It's a sandwich board. And most sandwich boards are used to convey specials and those kinds of things. In this context, Champion Coffee went out of their way and did a great job. And they do every day when I walk by it and I see this sandwich board. So kudos to you guys. Keep up the great work. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. If you guys have any questions, comments, or story ideas, please email thedailymixtv@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. And again, I'm really sorry. I don't know if there's going to be an episode tomorrow. It all depends on how I feel. But either way, have a great Thursday, and we'll see you soon.